let's see how this goes then. Where am I? We live. We love ladies. We love ladies. I don't know why this keeps glitching out. We love ladies. Glitching out. We love ladies. Okay, I had to reset my internet. Hopefully it's working now. Okay, I had to reset my internet. Hopefully it's working now. Okay, I had to reset my internet. Oh, let's be still getting lower. Right. Mr. Bayona Red. Are you here? Mr. Bayona Red. We're about to go to Noringrad. Never met a girl like you in my life. We love ladies. Never met a girl like you in my life. We love. Right, let's check out this Metal Gear Solid. Oh, is it in Japanese? Where do I see it? Where do I see the new gameplay? IGN 2 weeks ago. Oh, it's like this guy's been on. Oh my god. Just jumping straight into it, are we? Why is this such bad quality? Alright, come on. I feel like I'm missing something. This guy's been uploaded. Let's see.
I need to tell you something.
Oh man. I'm afraid it's been 9 years and this was uploaded 9 days ago as well. Alright, official cutscene, 5-roll gameplay. Intro in English. Alright, let's watch everything. These 3 videos.
With Vodafone, phones last longer at no extra cost. Big love to Gordon, whose phone has a lifetime.
I need to do that.
第二次世界大戦終結後
After the end of World War II, the world was split into 2, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
世界は東西に二分された冷戦と呼ばれる時代の幕開けである
Based on Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah, thank? I mean, you guys basically, you ripped the audio from the game. Doesn't get more bass than that. It'll get more bass than that, shit, if you leave this bootage on there. Yeah, it does look so good though, man. I wish they'd do something like this for Siphon Filter 1 to 3. Other games. I need the Siphon Filter remake. This feels more like a really high quality remaster than a full blown remake. It doesn't need a remake, to be honest. This is how you should do it. For something as detailed as Metal Gear Solid 3. I love that they put Hidio's name in there. Damn. You can see the dirt in his fingernails. Before his fingernail looked like cartoon. Sometimes he didn't even have fingernails. His lips are so pouty in this. Is that just a new 2024 thing? Like with Councillor Dragon and Jace and Aemon Targaryen, Palilic Targaryen? I hope this do well so we can see what I guess on the team. Bruv. for now, F Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. You know what I want to see? I want to see Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Maybe that's what you mean. I guess that's what you're talking about. Metal Gear Solid 1, I can live without a remake for a little bit. That'll be a nice conclusion. And 2, they can just make this. I want this exact same treatment for Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2. Exactly what they've done here so far. Make the gameplay better. Maybe even the same voice acting, and maybe alter some things if you need to do with AI, or bring back some voice actors if you need to, for some, obviously, some updates, like, you know, you can't use, let me teach you the basics of CQC, press the action button to stick to the wall, whatever. Like, you can't do that because the button's gonna be different for the more modern controls, right? So yeah, do this for the main games like Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, maybe, I don't know, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, and obviously when it comes to things like Peace Walker and Portable Ops and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snakes, you might have to like get some writers in, some like people that worked on the Metal Gear Solid games, maybe some really clever fans that are somewhat in the industry, get them all in and write an epic story and basically almost make a new, especially for the Metal Gear 1 and 2 games, make almost a new game. They're going to have their work cut out for them. Maybe this, if this sells well, can fund those games.
交換10分前。おい、聞こえたか。葉巻を消してマスクを装着しろ。機内の減圧完了。
Oh, that was it. I guess we saw the him jumping out of the plane in the other trailer. Do you think going to put new end credit for this game? A new end credit? What do you mean? What happened in the end credits that they would need to change? Or you mean in general? What was in the end credits? Are you talking about the music, or you're gonna have to elaborate, my boy? What could they put in there? It's been a while since I played Metal Gear Solid 3 now. In fact, I think the last time I played it is on my channel, when I was trying to play through all the main games, but then Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain disappointed me, and I just stopped there. Right, let's see. Is this the only gameplay? This rolling footage? That looks a bit janky. Ooh, really quick. I don't know. That didn't look very natural to me. I mean, I don't want to be a picky guy, but it's like he rolled and just went straight into the next thing. Felt a bit Unreal Engine 4 or State K. Something I've seen State K. Even State K, I don't see that. But I guess it's just responsive. I keep forgetting that this is a coat of paint over an old game, kind of. So there's going to be some jank, maybe. Does look really good though. Oh, that's what you're talking about. See, now I know what you mean. The voice with the title and have a voice talking, probably the same. It's probably gonna be the same shit, I reckon. I don't think they'll change it, because this doesn't lead into like, unless. They might change it if they've got plans for like Peace Walker, and I feel like they should get Portable Ops and Peace Walker and mash them together. I don't know how they would do that. They almost have to make a new game. That's a lot of work. Konami seem really lazy. I mean, is it fair to call something like this lazy? I mean, they're using the same voice acting, probably the same motion capture. I think it's confirmed they're using the same motion capture. Really all they've done is give it a new lick of paint. That is nowhere near as hard as constructing Portable Ops and and Peace Walker in a new way. Because I know it sounds weird, like, why do you want Portable Ops and Peace Walker to be your next game? Because they said they want to start with the earliest in the timeline, so logically they should go to the next game in the timeline, and you can't get rid of Portable Ops, because I feel like there's some little bits of, even though Hideo says put the San Hieronymo whatever shit behind us at the start of Peace Walker, I feel like you still need that a little bit. But I feel like this footage we're not supposed to be seeing this. I love the blood effects in this place. This could be fun. The graphics are crazy. Is it going to look like this? Is this on PC as well? I like his hair. It actually looks like he's 29 years old. This look reminds me of the engine used.
In 2016, Konami released a pachinko machine based on Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Yeah, I've watched this before 2 weeks ago. Right. What other stuff is going on? Let's see. Okay, this is good. Let's see if game ranks come out. Let's just see if there's anything worth in the PS5. Anything worth looking at in the PS5. Turret kill, body cam footage exposed.
Okay, so today the PlayStation 5 Pro was officially announced.
Wait, hold on. I saw something that's more crazy. Did I just see Winds of Winter? HP Ho has not listened to his concerns. Update. George R. Martin versus House of the Dragon showrunners confirms wins.
Another week, boys and girls, and
new book. Bro, how's he got? Carmine irritates me sometimes, though, man. Like, I like him. Obviously, I watch him, but he just, I don't know. There's something. It just feels like he's like caping for certain things that he doesn't need to cape for. That's all I can say about that one. Sorry, moving straight on to the next topic of...
And we're back in third quarter planning. Adams is quarterbacking this project, and she is looking pretty tired, Jill.
She's stuck, Bill, and that deadline is
looming. So far, what do I think of the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake? I think the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake looks really good. I don't know, is it fair to call it a remake? I mean, the graphics are so improved, which I didn't even think it was that possible to get that much get it looking that much better. It's so improved to the point where I think, is it safe to call it a remake? Because otherwise it's kind of like a remaster, right? I don't know. I guess remaster just means improving quality of life and making it a bit shinier. It kind of doesn't feel, because the gameplay has changed, but so did Tomb Raider's gameplay change, and there's Tomb Raider remaster. Kind of. They could have done a bit better with that, to be honest. The modern controls there. Like, the only thing they've really changed is, I mean, obviously the graphics. Take the graphics away for a second. The gameplay, which is from Phantom Pain. And people are worried about that because they think that might make the game easier. Other than that, there's not really a remake, is it? As far as we know. I know the blood, the healing system might be different as well, and the camouflage system is a bit different. I guess that's, to be fair though, I feel that's what remakes should be. Remakes they should be, these are the categories. It should be reimagining. Maybe it is a remake. It's just the only one using a remake in the right way. Like, they talk about the Resident Evil games as remakes. They're reimaginings, really. The Resident Evil games aren't remakes. They're reimaginings. This is like a remake. You're remaking the game into higher quality and better. And remaster is like, it's exactly the same game, just shinier. You know, this isn't exactly the same game, I guess, because they changed some of the systems a bit. But yeah, it looks good though.
Boys and girls, and another
Anyway, let's check out this update of George R. Martin versus House of Dragon showrunners. And yeah, George R. Martin's been hating. Yeah, man. He's been hating on House of the Dragon Season 2. Well, especially Maylor and Maylor the Missing, he calls it. and Helena, what might happen to her, I don't want to spoil it, in season 3, not making sense because of changes that they've done with Maylor and some other stuff. But I feel like he was just using that as an example to let you know like how their little changes are fucking things up for his writing, for his story, for the main point of the story. How he called it the butterfly effect, how the butterfly effect is changing things for the future of his story. And yeah, let's see now that it seems like Carmine and his boy Preston Jacobs might have jumped the gun a bit when they were probably making fun of him and saying, why is he going mad about Maylor? And why didn't he go mad at Dan and Dave for what they did to the later half of Game of Thrones? Why didn't he say, what have they done the same way? You know, why hasn't he criticised them the same way? But it looks like he's going to say the reason why is because they didn't listen. Ryan Condal didn't listen to what his suggestions were. Whereas I don't know if he made suggestions to Dan and Dave.
George blog post. This time, he decided to pretend like nothing happened last week and went on blogging like normal. And I think I speak for many of us when I say Festivus came early this year, because George not only gave us 1, but 2 posts in a single day, and he revealed a couple of interesting tidbits here and there. But the most interesting topic is the one we didn't cover last week, where a fellow author revealed that the House of the Dragon's writer's room may be disrespecting him, which leads me to believe that his outburst on Condal last time may have been justified after all. We're going to be talking about all that and more on today's video, so be sure to tell the YouTube algorithm gods that you would sacrifice your redheaded stepchild by hitting that like button, leaving a comment, and subscribing if you haven't already. But for now, let's get into it. So first things first, after last week's drama, we all waited to see what George would say next, and like I said, he pretended like nothing happened. It's almost as if it was straight out of a Seinfeld episode, which that actually was a plot of a Seinfeld episode where the character of George has an outburst at work and Jerry just tells him to go back and pretend like nothing happened, and that's basically what happened here. But he talks about the death of one of his good friends and how that has impacted him and his work. He goes on to say, writing came hard, and though I did produce some new pages on both The Winds of Winter, yes, and Blood and Fire, the sequel to Fire and Blood, the second part of my Targaryen history.
How are you going to call the sequel to Fire and Blood, Blood and Fire? That just seems mad to me, man. Like, how you going to... That's so confusing. Like when you're trying to just talk about these books off the cuff, you're gonna be like Fire and Blood, Blood. Do you mean Blood and Fire? Like, I mean, I don't know, man.
I would have liked to turn out a lot more. My various television projects ate up most of those months. Some of that was pleasant, Dark Winds and The Hedge Knight. Most of it was not. The stress kept mounting, the news went from bad to worst. My mood seemed to swing for between fury and despair, and at night, I tossed and turned.
George R. R. Martin is becoming lazy writing. You mean lazy at writing? Yeah. I don't know what his problem is, man. I'm just saying, like, if because I wouldn't say I'm a writer necessarily because I haven't got any works, but I definitely like to write. I like to write stories. I like to create stories. I like to create characters that would have a backstory and stuff like that in different mediums and stuff like that. And I think one of my biggest dreams would be to create like a story that everybody loves and wants to read or wants to watch or wants to play. Depending, the media format doesn't even matter as long as they love the story. And I just feel like, I guess it's easy for me to say in my position, but if there was people clamoring for my works, especially after it's been on TV and stuff, and it wasn't that great on TV, that's all I would care about getting out. But I know it's easier said than done, and he's probably got his issues, but...
Turned when I should have been sleeping. When I did sleep, well, my dreams were none too pleasant either. So he pretty much glossed over the Condal stuff and went straight into revealing that he's written some new pages for Winds, and is currently working on the sequel to Fire and Blood Part 2 called Blood and Fire, which, by the way, that's completely new. We did not know he was actively working on that, but there it is.
Wait, whoa,
he also is currently working on the sequel to Fire stuff, and well, my dreams were none too pleasant either. So he pretty much glossed over the Condal stuff and went straight into revealing that he's written some new pages for Winds, and is currently working on the sequel to Fire and Blood Part 2 called Blood and Fire.
He's only written some new pages since the last announcement about Winds or release or whatever. Bruh.
Which, by the way, and is currently working on the sequel to Fire and Blood.
But how are you going to work on this and write for Wins. But what about Dreamer Spring? Does he even
Part 2 called Blood and Fire, which,
is there,
by the way,
is there
that's
a way that he can just wrap Winds of Winter up with some elements of a Dream of Spring? I know that sounds like Game of Thrones season 8 all over again, but I'm sure George will make it work. You know, he's got a lot more room to breathe with just, you know, writing on paper. So I don't know.
Completely new. We did not know he was actively working on that, but there it is. He also confirms what we discussed on the podcast a while back, that a majority of his time is taken up by all of these television projects, though I find it interesting how his mood has shifted from fury to despair. Of course, that hasn't stopped people online from linking that his outburst last week is partly to blame, and honestly, I don't blame those people for coming to that conclusion.
Thank you, Carmine. You've been saying for weeks now how everybody thinks George is mad at Ryan Condal, and every week, slowly, they chip away at you to tell you, listen, fam, George is pissed, and you just don't want to believe it for some reason. You just want to caper for HBO. I don't know why.
And we'll get to that in a moment. But he goes on to say, I've been planning our European trip for some time. He says our here. I'm assuming he went with his wife and maybe some assistants. The Duncan Egg show would start filming in July, and I wanted to visit the shoot in Northern Ireland. And a month later, there would be a Worldcon in Glasgow. I had not been to a Worldcon since the Dublin convention.
It's hard, man. Because I was about to say, like, bro, stop messing around. Forget the Duncan Egg show. Let HBO do what they're doing. You can make your legacy by finishing those books, and then they'll know that's the real shit, you know? Even if you don't get to come back after you finish the books to do some shows, maybe you might be too old, or God forbid, you know. And yeah, man, just get those books done. Don't be flying to go see what's going on with the Duncan Egg show and worrying about how House of the Dragon is being portrayed. You can have like a little comment here and there if you're watching it in your own time, but George shouldn't even be getting involved in this shit, man. George should just be focused on Winds of Winter, but you can't be telling people what they're going to do with their time, especially when they haven't probably got that much time left, you know. Yeah, that's the other side of it. But I don't know, man. I'd want to get those books finished, man, especially how big they are.
In 2019.
George R. Martin's never going to finish his book. It doesn't feel like it, does it? It's really sad. I always wish for the best, but this is going to be a Shenmue 3-4 situation. We got Shenmue 3 in the end, but then we just didn't do anything for us getting Shenmue 3. It kind of pissed me off. Anyway, Winds of Winter won't be a Shenmue 3 situation, I don't think, because I think that'll be an epic book, unlike Shenmue 3 that wasn't really an epic game. But we're not going to get the satisfying end we deserve, and that George deserves to have for his magnum opus. Yeah.
So real quick, I've been in this community for a long time and I've made some friends. Some of those are from overseas, and some of which are working on or know someone working on the Duncan Egg show. I have seen some unofficial phone recorded footage from the sets, and I gotta say, guys, it's looking good. From what I've seen, it's got me real excited for this one, so be prepared for that. The first blog post ends with him wanting to tell us about all the good times, but also leaves us with a, I do want to talk about the trip while it's still fresh in my mind, but there's so much else. In the second blog post, he goes into some stuff he didn't want to talk about, and it's just him listing off all the television shows he's checking out. He mentions the election and solidifies his anti-Trump stance because, of course he did. But he also mentions his awesome speech at Bubonicon where he had his assistant.
I mean, I guess.
Record the appearance. Keep in mind, this is the same appearance he did and where he discussed his legacy and how he wasn't that big of a fan of season 2. But unfortunately, the assistant's phone messed up and that whole speech is lost. But also not really. Most of you guys already know that someone who attended the convention told me in private DMs all the details of the speech, and well, we do have a video going over all of it, and I'll link it in the description below. The second blog post was pretty much a giant nothing burger. However, George mentioning his convention appearances is important because that's where he met fellow writer Shiran J. Zhao, whose name I hope I said correctly, and apparently...
But if I was George's wife, I know she's looking at this like, hey, you leaning a little bit too close to him, girl. Like I know you're like a fellow writer and that, but you're leaning a little bit too close to my man's there. You see me? That's what I feel like his wife. Did she take the picture?
George has been so unsatisfied with what's going on
Kim
behind
Lee?
the scenes at House of the Dragon that he's been actively complaining about it to whoever he can. First time we heard about that was at BuboniCon, then to Elio Garcia, who has worked with George before and had dinner with him recently. And according to Zhao, George said something to them too. Now, this is an update kinda of what we didn't go into last week.
George R. R. Martin should learn from creator of Attack on Titan, finish his manga and anime. I know, right? I mean, I guess it helps that the creator of Attack on Titan, he might be younger than me. Was he like 40? No, yeah, he's 40. So he's older than me, I'm sure. I think he started when he was 30 or maybe 20 or 25 or something. But yeah. Yeah, George just needs to finish that shit, man. I'm starting to I mean, it sounds silly, maybe people already thought this, but I'm starting to feel like it's not that he can't finish his books because it's too hard to write, or that he's stuck on where the characters are. I think he may have lost a bit of passion for certain things in the book, writing new stories for the book, and I think he's just getting distracted, you know.
Because, as you know, or I'm sure you will now, Zhao isn't really in the fandom and doesn't really want to be. But they also wanted to support George, and I'd like to go over some of their tweets now. This is in regards to George blasting Ryan Condal, and it puts a lot of it into perspective. Alright, there's been some discourse about George R. R. Martin because of that post he made going rogue on House of the Dragon's writers, deleted a few hours later, but archived. I'm seeing some misinformed reactions by people who aren't in the publishing or entertainment industry, so let me clarify some things. Creators are not the ones with power, executives are. Even the author as big as George gets their opinions dismissed if the higher-ups don't want to listen. Yeah, this is true. We've seen George...
Creators are not the ones in power, execs are. Nah, because we got J.K. Rowling as evidence, man. Like, no one could stop her from, like, doing what she wanted to do, or okaying things she wanted to okay, or saying no to stuff that she didn't want. I mean, she probably, like, I can imagine like directors and executives went to her and said, look, JK, we can't do this, like we gotta do it this way. Like, Hermione can't have the fake buck teeth because, like, what's her name, Emma Watson can't talk properly. You know, Daniel Radcliffe can't have the green eyes because, you know, it hurts his eyes. He's got to have his big blue ones instead, his natural blue ones. And J.K. Rowling's going to be like, well, I don't want to be a prick. So, okay. But there'll be certain big things that she could say no to because she had that in her flipping contract, whereas George clearly didn't, because they're changing big ass things that I can't imagine they would change in they were changing the Harry Potter thing because J.K. Rowling made that shit hers. I don't know what she put in her contract that these other creators can't, but good on her for that. Obviously, they changed a lot for the movies, but I think she understood that. It's a movie, it's different, so there's nothing you could do there. But Georgia's got long hours for this shit, so they have got no excuse, I don't think. J.K. Rowling's smart and how to do business though. Yeah, I don't know if she had some good lawyers or what, but she seems like the only author that has complete control. You know, well, it feels like she has complete control anyway. I don't know what it is. What are you watching on YouTube?
George Lucas complained about this when Disney dismissed his ideas for the sequel trilogy. But to continue on, HBO has not listened to George's feedbacks and concerns for years. They don't have to, because once adaptation rights are signed away, it is out of the author's hands. How do you think Game of Thrones Season 8 happened? So, okay, this is fairly spicy, and I would love to know more.
HBO has not listened to George's feedback and concern for years. They do not have to, because once adaptation rights are signed away, it is out of the author's hands. Nah, man. Because that's not true. Is he going to bring up J.K. Rowling? Because I swear it doesn't work for like that for her. Like, that's crazy. Why did you sign it off like that, man?
About what George told HBO. Because the only thing we do know is that George has been public about this. Like, he felt as though they could have gone on for 10 to 12 seasons had they adapted the books more closely. But also, let's be honest for 2 seconds here, nobody wants to work on one
Why did he go, let's be honest? What was he trying to imply?
television show for most of their lives. You can give Dave and Dan as much shit as you want, but some people just don't want a good chunk of their whole entire career dominated by one single job, actors included. Asking for 10 to 12 seasons was always going to
Bro, there's people working in shit ass jobs in 9 to 5 blue collar, white collar jobs where we have to just for 30, 20, 25, 30 years. Bro, having 12 years on an amazing show, the best show in the world, and everyone loving it is not going to hurt you that much. It'll be part of your legacy, man. Deal with it, you know? You had the friends. I get it, you don't want to be stuck in that world, but man, and even then, you don't have to be in it. You can leave in season 5 and get some new passionate writers in. Make sure you vet them properly, not just get any random old shit. Yeah, make sure they love the material. Maybe they can even be better than the old writers. You know, that's if I've got a show that I'm doing for 10 to 12 years, and I need to replace the current writers on there, I'll make sure that they're going to be better than the ones that just left, no matter what. That'll be the main priority, and people can leave whenever they want. Yeah. They blacklisted. They wanted to do Star Wars, and all that happened is they just ruined their legacy because they were too desperate and impatient, and they wanted to do Star Wars. People really don't realize how good they have it, man. They just want more and more, and greed, and it's just crazy.
Be unrealistic, so feel free to disagree with that, but people just don't work that way, especially when everyone involved has options to do other things. But to continue on, George cannot just shut down production or refuse to let them make future seasons of any shows inspired by his works because he doesn't like what they're doing. He can't break the contract willy-nilly either when hundreds of millions of dollars are at stake. I hope people keep that in mind before saying, oh, why is he complaining while continuing to collect his royalty checks? Well, if they're fucking up his stories, he might as well get some money out of it. Yeah, that's fair, and I agree with that 110%. He's not complaining for complaining's sake. I hung out with him a few weeks ago, there it is, and heard his full scope of opinions on House of the Dragon, and what he said in that post was very mild. Probably the least spicy storytelling.
Why is it so hard for Preston and Carmine to know that? If you watch their previous video, man, they were literally like, oh, is that all he had to say? Is that all he had to say about Maylor? There was so much other stuff that he could have talked about. Why is he only talking about Maylor? Is that the only problem he had? It doesn't even make sense to be mad about. I was like, where's your critical thinking, boys? Like, obviously he's going to be pissed about other stuff. He's going to talk about one thing because, first of all, yeah, he's thrown them under the bus, but he doesn't want to flip and run them over multiple times after he's thrown them under the bus, right? Secondly, he's gonna be pissed about other stuff. Clearly, it's so obvious, but he's not going to talk about it all in one go. That's why he used the butterfly effect, and that's why he gave the example of Maylor, because the butterfly effect was his main point. The fact that season 3 and 4 he thinks it's going to be toxic was his other main point. The whole Maylor thing was just an example, and I don't know why Preston and Carmine blew that shit out of proportion.
Critique he could have brought up, and I do believe this was on purpose and strategic. He's not going full scorched earth on HBO, but he's showing them that he could. He did this as a warning shot to get them to listen to him because clearly he saw.
Damn, what? That's spicy as hell. George R. Martin coming like he's flipping, give him a warning shot and shit. You know, that's mad. George R. Martin being like Tywin sending a letter or something like, look, I'm going to just write this letter and then see what happens.
Some very upsetting plans for upcoming House of the Dragon seasons. If he just wanted to complain, there was spicier shit he could have said. Oh my god, and I wish he had. It
doesn't matter, Carmine. He said enough. Bro, what he did was powerful enough. Like the fact that everyone's ears are up, like George R. Martin ain't even happy, bro. That's all they need to know, that he's not happy. They don't even need to know the details of why he's not happy. You know?
He had, but I also want to push back on something she said here. I really don't think it's HBO coming in and telling the writer's room, make Alicent a really bad character or put these visions in here.
I agree
The
with
one
that.
thing I would say that HBO probably told them to do was try to connect it more to Game of Thrones. I would agree with that, but I really think at the end of the day,
Even the connecting it to Game of Thrones stuff isn't even the biggest problem. He's right that the executives probably would want to connect it to Game of Thrones, but they've done that, and it's a bit cheesy, it's a bit cringe when they do it in the show, but it's like, whatever. Like, as long as the rest of the shit is good, who cares if they do the Song of Ice and Fire, Aegon's Dream, Winter is Coming and all that. If they connect it to Game of Thrones, okay, it is what it is. But the thing that's a real big issue is the character writing. Alicent isn't like Alicent in the books. Damon isn't like making sense about his druggy storyline and getting high in Harrenhal and then suddenly deciding to be Rhaenyra's bitch boy, for lack of a better term. And you know, Aemond just being a psychopath without seeing it on the screen, and you know, it's not HBO's fault, Ryan Condal or Sarah Hess's fault that they had to cut the season short to 8 episodes. That's the executives again with the money issue. But what is their fault, especially with Alicent and Rhaenyra just being the focus, is the stupid, over-the-top pseudo-feminist writing where it's like you're trying so hard to make these women seem like they're fighting the patriarchy that you've just destroyed the whole concept of what George was trying to write in the first place, you know. And it's so annoying. It's like they ruined Alicent's character because of that. I don't know what they're doing with Helena. Helena was interesting at first with this new idea that she's like a special, I don't know what they call it, green seer or dragon's dreamer or whatever, but they've just messed it up in the last episode where she suddenly was spoiling the rest of the books and was telling like people when they're gonna die straight up, and like she was basically Deadpool at this point, breaking the fourth wall. You're in a story written by George R.R. Martin, and your fate is written, but actually technically it's written by Ryan Condal and Sarah Hess because this is a different story. That's what it felt like. And yeah, it's just starting to get silly now. I don't know. Alicent going to see Rhaenyra and saying, let's run away together. Oh man, you can kill my son, that's okay, kill my son. The only way they can fix that is if the next season starts and Alicent was like, you know, I was Agatha all along or something. You know, she was faking it all along basically. Like she was just trying to do Rhaenyra dirty. That would be pretty epic, and it'll give her evil, sneaky status that she had in the books, I guess. But it doesn't sound like that's what they're doing based on what George's knowledge is on season 3, and he's very unhappy. So, well, that's annoying. Get rid of Sarah Hess and Ryan Condal, please, and get people that actually flipping love the books and don't want to write a story about patriarchy and write a story about how Alicent is a woman for Trump and she's a conservative nightmare, and how Rhaenyra is a rock star liberal leftist woman or whatever. Just get that modern crap out of there and write what George wrote. Yes, you can talk about feminism. Yes, you can talk about the patriarchy, but do it from the context of Game of Thrones and House of Dragon and Fire and Blood. It's not that hard. Do you think House of Dragon is going to be another bad TV show? Probably, if they keep going down this route. And based on George is going like, George is pissed right now. And according to what his friend was apparently saying, he's really pissed, and he's just giving us a little bit of how pissed he is. So he basically said before he deleted it that season 3 and 4, there's possibly gonna be more toxic changes to come. And that's just like, so HBO's learned nothing from season 8. I don't know why they want to change people's shit.
Is just the writer's room coming in and putting their own things in this, trying to make it their own, so to speak. But Zhao here ends the whole post with, for those of you who thinks he's disrespecting the show's writers, how do you think he felt when they have dismissed his feedback in private, there it is, and driven him to the point of risking legal action to make his point to them?
Damn, this girl might be talking a bit too much, man. Who is this chick? That's the Asian chick in the video, in the picture right there. We're cuddling up and that. Bruh. she might be saying a bit too much to the point of risking legal action. Bro, that's wild. Is that the beef is like that, huh? That's crazy.
Okay, so this is the juicy bit I wanted to know. Somehow, George found out that the writers are actively dismissing his ideas and feedback in private, and I guess that pissed him off enough to do what he did.
This is what happens. George is like, look, where's Nettles? Nettles ain't even here, fam. We need her to be riding Sheep Stealer. Why is Baylor or whatever riding? Was it Raina? Rayla, whatever. Why is she riding Sheep Stealer? What's going on? Sheep Stealer shouldn't even be in the Vale. The dragons can't fly out the Vale. They fly around Dragonstone or where they're kept or whatever he said before in his dragon blog. And and he's like, what the hell's going on? Why is Alicent and Rhaenyra visiting each other and chatting shit to each other? They should be like beefing right now. Why is Rhaenyra forgotten about the death of her son, Lucerys? All of a sudden, she's trying to make peace in that. Why is Alicent not bothered about her daughters or her daughter's son, her grandson, getting his head literally cut off while he slept, while she was messing around with Kristen Cole? You'd think she wanted to make up for that, like stopping Kristen Cole from doing his job just so she can enjoy him, and then your grandson gets his head cut off for it. Like, maybe, be a bit angry about that. I mean, I guess to be fair, she blames herself for it, but like making up to the camp that did it probably isn't the most realistic feeling thing. Yeah, man. I think those are the things George would have said to Sarah Hess and that, and they just went, yes, thanks for telling us, George. We'll keep those things in mind. And they went back and said, George is being a mansplaining asshole, telling us how to write his book. We know how to write his book better because we have the power of feminism. Anyway,
we covered this briefly on the podcast, but there is a mole in the writer's room.
Like Netflix, which show writers don't follow source material. Yeah, I didn't think they'll be this bad. HBO is usually pretty decent. Even their Watchmen TV show, which was kind of annoying and didn't feel like the proper Watchmen, a sequel to the proper Watchmen, there were still really good elements in there. But obviously, Game of Thrones, even House of Dragon season 1, there was really good shit in there. HBO is usually on point, but this, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible. Season 2 wasn't even that bad like that from a non-book reader's perspective. But it looks like the butterfly effect is going to take massive effect, and it's going to mess up a lot of things for season 3 and 4, unless they've got some really good ways to cover for that stuff.
Actively feeding George this info. Preston believes it's George's longtime assistant T. Mickle, but I would love it if the mole was actually Ryan Condal himself and George is just playing 4D chess by trying to maneuver away from making it seem like it's Condal behind the scenes, but at the same time, he is the showrunner and the buck stops with him, so... And they wrap it up by saying, just because he didn't mention something in the post doesn't mean he approves of it or doesn't care, and the post should not be used to extrapolate his opinions on anything that's not related to what he specifically addressed. Again, what he said was very mild. Ultimately, what matters to him is logical storytelling and complex, morally great characters. Lastly, I do not consider myself part of the House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones fandoms. I'm a casual and defending him as a fellow author. Please do not involve me in any fandom drama. I do not know what's going on in there and I don't want to. So, okay, a couple of things to unpack here. First, George was a part of the process that handpicked Brian Condal to work on House of the Dragon. I remember reading an article a while back about that, and I tried looking it up, but in the last 24 to 48 to 72 hours, anytime you search up George R. R. Martin and Ryan Condal, all you get back is like this latest news, so you'll have to give me a minute. I'm sure someone will link me to that whole post, but I do specifically remember that George was a part of that process. Now imagine the person you picked to run your situation has turned around and started disrespecting you by ignoring your ideas and feedback on your own creation. And yes, that is a huge level of disrespect. And let's be real for a minute, Ryan Condal doesn't have to take George's feedback, but my god man, after the disaster that was Game of Thrones' final seasons, you'd think they would set aside some pride and take the man's words a bit more seriously.
Don't underestimate the power of Hollywood ego. Did you not? You didn't even watch Entourage. You just thought it was about a bunch of misogynistic men just having fun and banging women, which was a big part of it. But Entourage was also showing you what Hollywood people are really like and how egotistical they are and how much politics there are in Hollywood, and not even intelligent politics at that. It's just politics of, I know what's best. I'm making a movie. George doesn't make TV anymore. He's old. He's done. He doesn't understand the politics and the feminism we're trying to portray here. You know, there's just so much ego in this world, man. In Hollywood, there's no actual passion. Even people that are passionate, they got too much ego, man.
Because he knows the characters, he wrote them. And look, I understand that with adaptations, some liberties have to be made, but again, you don't know the material better than the guy who literally wrote it. And it's not like George is unfamiliar to adaptations. He worked in Hollywood before. He is very well aware of the need to cut a few things here and there and change it up where they can, but...
Thank God manga creators have control of their manga, go to anime. Yeah, thank God for that. You know? I don't know what it is, but Japan just do that shit right, man. Like, if you notice, anime is like 95% accurate to the manga source material most times. And if they do change something, it's just because they've added filler or they've made something a little bit more convenient or something like that. But the storylines, the characters, everything's the same. You know, they don't do these massive drastic changes. I mean, to be fair, like House of the Dragon is like more like a history book than a proper storybook. So there's room there to add things and change things slightly, or especially since it's not they use this excuse a lot, since it's not a reliable narrator. But that still doesn't mean you can just do whatever the hell you want to do, man. Like with the main, like this should be easy for them. They've got main plot points they just have to stick to, and they can add little bits of their fun little. If they want an ego rub, they can add their ego dialogue and ego mini stories in the middle of those things, but not change the big things. I don't get it.
Again, it seems like there is way more that happened than he didn't like, which brings me to my next point. I asked several of you guys on my community poll if you thought him posting that blog attacking Condal was unprofessional. Almost 8,000 people voted, with 67% saying it wasn't, 21% saying it was, while 12% didn't care. I agree with the 67% of people who said he had every right, but George wasted his only chance to lay out all of his issues, and I hate that so much. I get what Zhao is saying, that his issues
How
of
is that his only chance? He could do another blog post if he wants. Who's going to stop him? I mean, yeah, they might, like, are they going to fire him? What would it look like if George R. R. Martin makes a blog post scathing HBO and then they fire him, and then people are just going to be like, okay, cool. But what's going to happen is the book fans are going to rally behind George. They're going to defend the fuck out of him, and they're going to side with him. And because the book fans are doing that, the casuals will follow along too. They'll hear this through the grapevine, and they'll be like, oh shit. The actual book fans and George R. R. Martin think the show is trash, and I'm going to just sit here and watch this show that the creator and the loyal book fans think is trash. Nah, I'm not wasting my time on this. HBO can't afford that. So yeah, George can write what the fuck he wants if he's brave enough.
The missing was only the tip of the iceberg, and that he was just firing a warning shot. But at the risk of this being clipped out of context, let me just say, don't just give me the tip, give me the whole damn thing. Clearly, he has issues with more of the changes than he's letting on. And the only major changes I can see that he'd have an issue with beyond Maelor, off the top of my head, would be the stuff to Damon, Alicent, and Helena. Rhaenyra spending all of her time not doing much is actually an issue with HBO cutting back on the episodes and the writer's strike not allowing for the writers to change up the second half of the season, thus the pacing issues. But the stuff that I really wanted him to hone in on was, you know, all the crazy stuff that happened, especially at the last episode. Alicent straight up betraying her own family. Helena having insane powers of green seeing that would rival Bran. Daemon and Alice being aware of Bloodraven and and the White Walkers and that whole situation. That's all new and show only, and no way George is okay with any of that. But again, he missed his one shot to lay.
Remember, he is kind of scary being cancelled. Who, George? Yeah, I guess he's not seen it from the perspective of the fans will rally behind me and that. But he did kind of hint at that in his blog post where he said it seems fans were pissed off about Maylor. I think that's why he used that as an example, because he knew that the fans were quite vocal about that one. I mean, they were vocal about a lot of things after that, but I guess he wasn't following after that. He knew. I think it was the Maylor thing was really loud, like especially like Blood and Cheese. It's not so much Maylor, but Blood and Cheese being not as vicious in the show as they were in the books was like a loud criticism around that time, and I guess that stuck with him after that. Yeah, but you're right, he probably is afraid of being cancelled, but man, when you get to his age, man, you just don't give a crap about a lot of things anymore. We'll see, because I feel like the older you get, the more you're just like, I'm going to say what I want to say, man.
Lay it out for us, and that will always be a mistake to me, truly. But as always, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. George's new blog post, the fellow author's words on what he said to them privately, who the mole might be, and anything else related to this. I'll have another video on this topic out shortly because Ryan Condal did release a podcast on HBO's Game of Thrones YouTube channel addressing some of the changes. He did this before George trashed him last week, so it's clear Condal was doing a preemptive response. So I'm going to cover that and more, and I'll keep you all updated on what's going down. So be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Leave a like to let YouTube know you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.
Uploads all this footage and gets money for it, man. That's crazy, man. That's what I was saying. Blood and Fire to a sequel name to a book named Fire and Blood seems like one of the worst naming choices. Yeah. Hey George, you're right. They're really messing up your work. Here's an idea: write a book that HBO can't interfere with. Yeah, like as much as George is in the absolute right, he also needs to finish his damn book. What else is going on? Right. PS5 Pro is not worth $700. I don't really want to see what he says about it. That's Mutahar. Some ordinary gamers. I wanted to see someone talk about the PS. Let's see what Game Rank's actually going into it. Let me see my subscriptions actually. Oh man, I'm going to click on it. Right, where the hell is A online? Matt Walsh goes nuclear. People hate the PS5 Pro. Let's see what Yellowflag has to say.
Capture more unforgettable moments with iPhone 15 Pro.
Unforgettable.
Vodafone, the nation's network.
At Pure Gym, get all the flex you need with no...
Alright. Americans listen to that, I'll be like, what's Pure Gym? Back to PS5 news.
Sony has decided to become the scalpers. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the scalper now. Because if you remember, when PlayStation 5 first came out, it was selling out everywhere. The scalpers were buying them all up because you couldn't go into a store and buy one. You could only buy them online. So people were using bots to track them down and buy them up as soon as stock came into places. Some people got lucky and beat the bots.
Hello.
But it was a struggle.
Bro, between all these people that come in here and say, hey, would you like me to draw you a design for your channel? Would you like me to draw you a banner and an avatar or whatever? Like, you'd think I'd get a subscription button by then. Like, and that's consistently like 3 people are now asking me that, but maybe it's YouTube as well.
Which I never really understood because most of the games were all on PS4 anyway. It really took a while before PlayStation stopped, and this isn't just exclusive to them. Xbox was doing it too. It took a while before we got games that were exclusive to current gen systems. A lot of stuff was going to the older consoles anyway. Just recently is kind of baffling. I don't really get that. Is it really that much more to attach a drive to it? You have to buy the optional optical disc drive, which is $80. So
the amount of people that are pissed off that hasn't got an optical drive, it seems as though Sony are probably going to be like, damn, why the fuck didn't we just put a drive on it? Would it have really cost that much more to put a drive on it? Let me see. Whoa, this Luke Stephens guy, he can talk for ages about the new news, man. Let me see. I want to see game ranks because they actually tell you what's going on. What's actually going to be new. The biggest challenge.
This world is full of slayers. Where I'm from, it's just me.
You live as long as I have, you start thinking you've seen.
Okay, so today, the PlayStation 5 Pro was officially announced. Let's talk about it. Sony released a 9-minute video featuring Mark Cerny, the head tech nerd and PS5 lead system architect, breaking down the details of this new upgraded console. There's a bit more beyond this 9-minute video that they dropped and some potential sticking points with the price that we'll get to, but first, let's actually talk about the news. So Mark Cerny smartly detailed that with the base PS5, players of course have had the option to typically choose performance mode or fidelity mode. He explained the differences for the less tech inclined, and explained that when players are given the choice between higher fidelity or better performance and frame rate, players choose that performance mode about 3/4 of the time. This is the main driving factor behind them creating PS5 Pro, ideally allowing for less compromises. And they highlighted games that now look like they have that little extra detail and resolution of fidelity mode, but with the frame rates of quality mode, highlighting The Last of Us Part 2, Spider-Man 2, and Ratchet and Clank. As someone who does tend to choose performance mode or frame rate mode, this is a good business pitch. Like, I get it, they're speaking my language here, but there's more to it. What is the actual hardware difference with the PS5 Pro versus the PS5? What has changed? Well, Cerny broke it down into essentially 3 core things for the approach: AI-driven upscaling, better, more advanced ray tracing, and a larger GPU. So the GPU is much larger with 67% more compute units and 28% faster RAM, the memory used by the GPU. Now, they say these changes give the PS5 Pro up to 45% faster rendering. Ray tracing speeds have been increased by quote-unquote double or up to triple, according to Cerny, but we really need to see more of that. That essentially will amount to good at the ray tracing upgrade, the bigger GPU, and the PSSR, which is funny to say out loud. All 3 of these core things are contributing to games now having, and I quote his words,
Nintendo? Bro, I never heard anything like that, man. That sounds mad.
fidelity mode-like levels of detail, but with double the frame rate.
Terrible.
Now, from Sony's blog post, here's some...
because then we get to see Zelda in flipping crazy-ass graphics. Imagine seeing Zelda in 60 frames per second, 4K, which you can only do on PS4, PS5 Pro, by the way.
First and third-party games you can expect to see these enhancements with: Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final
Unreal Engine 5 sort of graphics as well.
Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
old, fam.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and more. So will this make a difference for the visual enthusiasts, the folks that demand the best from their console and count pixels and analyze frame rates? Will it make a difference? Probably. Will it make much of a difference to the average consumer? We don't know. This video demonstration shows very subtle differences in fidelity and clarity that are exciting to us nerds, but maybe not for the average normie. Design-wise, though, it's a shift from the standard PS5. It's going with that newer, updated look of the PS5. You know, the more recently released versions dubbed by fans PS5 Slim, even if it wasn't a massive slim down. Here, the design philosophies of that update continue, with cleaner lines, a bit of a sheen to it, and a new 3-line gap in the middle of the shell. Notably, and this wasn't mentioned in the video, it's going to support Wi-Fi 7 and is going to come standard with a hefty 2 terabyte hard drive. It does not have a disk drive. The disk drive is an add-on. This new PS5 Pro comes standard as an all-digital device. You need to buy an optional, sold separately, disk drive. This disk drive for this device is the one currently available to purchase as an add-on for those newer PS5s. Now, along with this, the vertical stand that they showed the console with is apparently sold separately as well. I say all this because of the official price. A whopping $700 in the United States. Even crazier, 700 pounds, 800 euros. You get the gist. It's expensive across the board.
Virgin Media's Smooth Broadband is awarded Best Broadband Experience.
The only thing that's going to get me to buy a PS5 Pro is if GTA 6 comes out, and it's coming out 2025, right? Next year. Whoa, shit! We're basically going to be in October soon, or in mid-September roughly. We're in like, oh shit! Today's 9/11 now. Moment of silence for 9/11. So we're already getting close to the end of the year now. We're in the end half now, and GTA 6 is coming out next year. Remember when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out and it made everybody's PS4s go so that made me get a PS4 Pro. I was like, all right, it's time. I need to get a PS4 Pro because I want to play Red Dead Redemption smooth, you know. So if GTA 6 comes out and my PS5 is like struggling with it, like my PS5 ain't even had that long of a shelf life, or should I say like cupboard closet life, or where I keep it. Like it's kind of just there's not been many games to play, to be honest. So if GTA 6 is just too hard to run for the PS5, then that might be what makes me get it, to, because you want to play GTA 6 in the best quality possible, and I'm pretty sure GTA 6 ain't coming to PC right away, and even if it does, it's my 3070. I mean, I've got a like Ryzen 9, that's one of the best CPUs, right? I don't know how new the CPUs are now for Ryzen AMD, but I got like a 3070 on my PC that like is struggling with Wukong, you know, but I think it's still better quality than what Wukong would look like on the PS5. I'm sure it is, from what I'm playing right now, even though it heats up my PC pretty good. So yeah, GTA 6, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it works well. What happened if GTA 6 might have DEI and ESG? It probably will, man. I just hope Rockstar, because we know Sam Houser, Dan Houser, they're not really into it no more. Laszlo and all them lot. Those are the guys that made GTA what it is. And if they're not that involved, their hand isn't on it anymore. It's like George R. R. Martin, isn't it? It's going to be like taking their creation and their writing or whatever and just doing what they want to do. These new modern writers. I just hope they've got good replacements to do it, you know. We'll see. But based on the first trailer, everything looks promising. Nothing looks really woke. The fact that they got women shaking their asses and all that, you know, the women in bikinis, there's nothing about it that feels anti-GTA. But we'll see.
Also, in the world where modern consoles aren't cheap and haven't gotten cheaper over time, as in the last 2 decades or so, as they historically have. Like a regular PS5 is still typically $500 in the United States if you were to just walk into a retail store right now and buy one. So you're looking at $700 minimum, plus the cost of the disc drive if you have some physical games. And so that's a big ask for a lot of people. Of course, there's plenty of opinion to be shared about all this. We could probably make a whole separate video, and we probably will. But for some people, this might be the time to jump to PC. You're going to see a lot of that conversation, you know.
I know everyone says this, but this is the one thing I'm not sure about, because PC's expensive, bro. Like, what did you say? The PS5 Pro is $700, and you, what, $70 for the disk drive, and but then you got to pay tax on top of that, and an extra something for the stand. What was it? $30 for the stand. But in England, that would be like £700 for the PS5, no tax. I don't have to worry about that. But the problem is, £700 isn't $700. £700 is like, what, $870 or something like that already on its own. But anyway, so you got £700, and then you got, I'm guessing it's going to be £100 for the disk drive, maybe, and maybe $39.99 for the base or something. That's a guess. What's that? That's 700. That's 800 already, and then that's like 800 and what? 840 pounds. 840 pounds versus a PC, a really good solid one, for like 1500. And that's not even that solid. That can barely play Wukong if you get a £1,500 PC. So I don't know. Actually, I suppose if you're getting a £1,500 PC, that might be worth getting a PC, considering what PC can do versus what a PS5 can do in terms of like freedom to just get whatever kind of game you want. But the only issue is there'll be certain PS5 exclusives you won't be able to get. Not that there's that many, so what does it matter? But then also, if you're going to build a PC, there's 1,500. I feel like you just got to go at least 2,000 to get a really nice one, because some graphic cards are like 1,500, but well, at least close to that.
To others who maybe don't have PC components as readily available for reasonable prices, this is just a tough pill to swallow if you really want those higher frame rates or resolutions, especially considering the offering right now is pretty simple and not that exciting. I think had PlayStation showed off a bit more games or showcased the differences a little bit better, it would have helped. Maybe even just one, like, exciting new game announcement, or even like a big DLC expansion for a game that takes advantage of this. I don't know, something. Looking back at the past, this does feel different than when the PS4 Pro launched. It felt like there was way more excitement and need around that one. PS4 and Xbox One were out for a long...
I need someone to do a comparison with like the differences between PS4 and PS4 Pro, and the differences between PS5 and PS5 Pro, because it feels like the gap is a lot smaller.
Time, and they were already underpowered compared to PC since they were announced to a lot of people. People often point to AC Unity at launch as proof that developers were expecting more from the consoles. So the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X were the response to the actual market needs of power, both from the consumers and the development side. When the PS5 launched, the tech inside it was pretty good. And even now, 4 years after its release, PS5 is still solid. It's comparable to a decent, like, solid mid-range PC to some folks, and at that price tag, it's good. And speaking of the price, yes, it's still high, and yes, like I said earlier, it hasn't gone down, but like when you're looking at that or a little PC, yeah. And speaking of the price, at the time, the PS4 already had price cuts, which helped to make an expensive, but not crazy expensive, PS4 Pro. I think it lessened the sticker shock there, unlike today. So all of the conditions are different now. The economy, of course, the fact that the PS5 hasn't seen a price drop in 4 years, and the fact that the console doesn't feel as long in the tooth yet. I mean, many people feel like they only just got their hands on a PS5.
Literally,
and judging from online responses, it does seem like a significant portion of people seem happy to just hang on to their regular PS5 for now. Business speak-wise, this is intended for the power user who isn't very sensitive to price. Someone who just goes all in on stuff. They're out there. So in many ways, it's like this one isn't for growing the amount of people who are on the PlayStation platform or anything like that, but getting some additional profit out of the hardcore players. I know, like, we're kind of all over the place with this one opinions-wise, but this was just announced, so we're just throwing a bunch of our ideas and opinions out here for you to think about. We, of course, will be getting our hands on one.
I miss the old day consoles. Well, when they have a year gap to see how much they could push performance of a console. The old day console, like when they have a year gap to see how much they could push the performance of a console. They have a year gap? A year gap from when it came out, or what do you mean by a year gap? You gotta elaborate on that for me. When they have a year gap to see how much they could push the performance of a console.
And let it.
I mean, like 10 years. Oh, you meant like 10 years. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, like the years between PS2, PS3, and I think PS4, and even PS5, it's all been like about the same, like 7 years. It's all been about 7 years. But the problem is, I think it feels like it used to be like 10 years. It wasn't really, I don't think it was really like that. I think it's always been about 7 to 6 years. It's just the problem is when we were younger, when it was the Nintendo 64 days, the Dreamcast days, the PS2 days, you know, the GameCube days and all that, those days felt a lot longer. Days are shorter now. Time is going faster now. And it feels like it's just crazy that's already PS5 Pro time, really. I know people were talking about it for the last couple of years, but like it's gone so quick, and it's not actually been changing that much, you know. If you go back and look at all the years that these consoles were coming out, it's mostly been roughly the same, which is kind of crazy as well because technology hasn't advanced either. Nah, not that price. Yeah, I'm for you, Dark Lineal. Like, it's too expensive, man. I don't really care for it. I know I ain't getting it. To be fair, it took me a long time to get the PS4 Pro. And it was Red Dead Redemption 2 that made me get that. I was like, man, my PS4 needs upgrading after playing that shit. It made my PS4 take off like a rocket. But there's nothing that's going to make me get a PS5 Pro. Maybe GTA 6 if it needs it. But I feel like you won't need it. I don't know. You might, because everybody wants to play GTA 6 at the highest possible graphics, fidelity, and performance. Because it's GTA 6. It's once in a lifetime? Once in a decade kind of event. It's an event. GTA 6 ain't a game, it's an event. And people want to experience that event in the best way possible. That might get people to get the PS5 Pro. Maybe that's why Sony are releasing it now, because they know GTA 6 are going to sell them units. Won't be long to a PS6 too. I know, right? I feel like with all these PS5, the sudden Pro versions of these consoles, you're going to have a subsect of PlayStation fans, Sony fans, that have just the base ones, and you're going to have a subsect of people that have the Pro versions. You want to fall in the Pro bracket, I guess. But that means you have to wait a long time because you get the PS5 and then some people will just wait till the PS6. But then you get a PS5 Pro and then you might as well wait for the PS6 Pro. That almost happened with me. I almost got the PS5 Pro, but eventually I was like, nah, I gotta get the PS5. Got it for my birthday. Streaming's good, man.
Letting you know if it really feels like it makes a difference.
So remake is going to be on PS5 Pro. Well, yeah, but it will also be on PS5 for sure. Everything that's coming out on PS5 Pro is going to obviously be on PS5. There's no way they're going to do like a PS5 Pro only.
Or if
they
it's
might do a feature that's only available on PS5 Pro.
Really a necessary
be, considering the gap isn't even that big.
Purchase if you're hardcore. I feel like these differences don't really show very well in YouTube videos because of video compression.
Videos, yeah.
Like, YouTube videos are just not very detailed. I personally believe seeing these things like running on a real TV in real time in front of you are always much better. I still really need to physically see to believe a lot of these tech enhancements. So keep an eye out for our before you buy video when it releases. And yes, as for that, the PS5 Pro is dropping. It'll be available November 7th, 2024,
well.
just in time for the holiday season. Let's hope it doesn't become another like disastrous scalper thing again. According to Sony, pre-orders will begin on September.
Do you guys think this will be a scalper situation? I feel like it will be. Appreciate it, Asmo. I feel like it will be a scalper situation, even though people aren't looking forward to this. There's a lot of people that talk a lot of talk, but will end up buying it.
September 26th, 2024. So if you want one of these things, get ready. So really, ultimately, we'll have to wait and see.
Asmo. I'm all right, thanks. I appreciate it though. Because I already know I need to have some stuff on my channel, and I need to get some banners and stuff, and everybody wants me to pay them so they can draw banners for me, but I'm okay.
A lot of people online are already expressing some disinterest, but we need to see if talk online actually translates to real world dollars and cents here.
Literally
Personally,
what I just said.
I get the need for it from a business sense and a tech sense, like we discussed, but the reality is it just wasn't like the most exciting announcement. Like, yes, ooh, the tree leaves in the background look a little sharper. I do care about that. You might actually care about that level of detail, but to upgrade and go all in with a new $700 console.
The way they've made it look, it literally looks like they just blurred this a little bit and clicked sharpen more on Photoshop for that. That's what, with a sharpen filter or something. That's what it looks like. Because I don't feel like the PS5 really looks that blurred when you're actually playing it. But obviously it's on YouTube as well.
We'll see. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. Obviously, opinions are all over the place. Is this something that you've been waiting for? Are you playing games on PS5 that just don't have good frame rates? Are you willing to spend $700 to get more of that?
I don't plan on buying it, so the scalpers can have it for now.
Are you considering, depending on where you live, getting more into the PC ecosystem now after looking at this price tag? Are you excited about those enhancements that PS5 Pro showed off with things like The Last of Us Part 2? A little bit more frame rate, a little bit more detail? Are you pissed about the no disk drive thing and the stand you have to pay for? Let's talk about anything PS5 Pro down in the comments. Oh, and I also want to hear from people who have been holding off on buying a PS5, whether it was from the really messy launch or just now knowing that this thing was coming. After this announcement, if you haven't bought a PS5, are you still going to go all in and get the PS5 Pro?
If you've waited this long, you might as well just cop the Pro. Yeah, it's expensive, but you've been waiting so long for it, and it is objectively better than the PS5, like except for the disk drive, but you can just add that on. Yes, it's more expensive, but there's no point getting the PS5 if the PS5 Pro is going to be out and you haven't got a PS5. But if you have got a PS5, there's no point trading it in and doing all that mess for just a little bit of sharper tree leaves.
Or you're gonna jump in with a regular version. Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. Like I said, clicking the like button also helps us out. We would appreciate that. Hopefully you got some info here, but we put out videos every single day. So thanks for watching. We got you covered. We'll see you next time.
Lovely. Right.
Hey.
I think it's time for me to mess around a little bit on some Wukong. I'm gonna come offline so I can start a fresh video because I want to put this in my playlist on my channel. So yeah, let's do that. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Peace. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're back. Some Black Myth Wukong. I know I could have just changed the title, but I want this on my playlist, so don't want all that stuff before it. I could have edited it out, really. Maybe I should have just done that. I should have probably just done that. I think they might be way to do that. Just lazy. Should we give the yellow prick a quick fight, yellow, whatever his name is, before we start searching around? Because I was watching other people play this chapter. I'm still on chapter 2. Is it chapter 2? How many chapters are there? I'm gonna just watch. I'm gonna just fight this dude for a second, and then I'm gonna go run around and look around for some more stuff, because I feel like I missed a lot. It's like secret bosses and shit that I didn't even go to. Have a quick fight. Can't even see what I got.
A skinny wretch like you has gone far enough! One more taste of my Samadhi wind!
How do I dodge this? What the flip? Why is that so accurate? Why is he spinning around in the air, this big motherfucker, and he somehow hits you? I knew this was going to happen. I knew I'm going to want to fight him again. I've got half his health down. I can't even get past the phase 2, man. As soon as the second phase hits, I'll just get destroyed. I bet you're gonna see this game have DLC only on PS5 Pro. Yeah, they'll do dirty little tactics like that. I don't think Game Science is bold, is tied to Sony. But Sony could put that money in to do that. Oh, it's really fucked up. kicking out the air when he really kicks the floor. This one was an ascended rat that dwelled at the foot of Mount whatever. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go this other way. It's fun. We're gonna go another way. Why are you using maybe I could use this thing that gives you health. Gives you health combat. I think that's the best outfit. What's this way? This dude. I need more training to defeat the Yellow Wind Sage. For can we mysticism? Can we increase the level of our each talent level increases the duration at multiple. I don't understand what these do. Smash stance. Each level talent level contributes increases the damage reduction upon. Maybe I should use pillar stance. Thrust stance. Sweeping Gale. Don't know about that one. Forming light attack upon seeing through the enemy initiates light attack combo. I've already got that? I don't feel like I've got it. Wait, the fuck? Oh. That could be useful. Oh, there's more. Ooh, I like that move. I've already got it. I should make him mobilize better. Grants damage for a short duration after deflection of rock solid. Actually can be cancelled. Let's try that one. I don't know if that was the best idea, but
hurled by gales to and fro, changed from our former glow. When the Long King defied the court, the Jade Emperor was set to punish his entire house. The four sons of the Long King, deities of the four waters, fled. Deities, not even they have control over their destinies. Once caught in the threads of karma, all are mere offerings on the platter. Four longs for the four waters under the sky. Their destiny is sealed, as yours and mine. When the Long King defied the court, the Jade Emperor was set to punish his entire house. The four sons of the Long King, deities of the four waters, fled. Deities, not even they have control over their destinies. Once caught in the threads of karma, all are mere four longs for the four waters under the sky. Their destiny is sealed.
What?
When the Long King defied the four sons of the deities, not even they have control over their destinies. Once caught in the threads of karma, all are mere
what? Why can't I pick this up?
Their destiny is sealed, as yours and mine.
Is that all that's here? Is there clues
when the
in what
Long
you're
King
saying?
defied the court, the Jade Emperor was set to punish his entire house. The four sons of the Long King, deities of the four waters, fled. Deities, not even they have control over their destinies.
Alright. You know what? Maybe I can go fight that dragon behind the waterfall. Let's go do that. Where's the waterfall, man? What was that? Secret. What's that man symbol there? Does that mean... I swear the waterfall was here. The Sage Stone Monkey. Where's that waterfall at? Oh, I saw it's even earlier actually. I remember the waterfall being even earlier than this. Maybe it's here. It's appear like Thanos snapped him out of existence. I can hear water.
For what yields its follow is a mountain for all to see. For what deed must the waters they go and roam free?
I can hear it.
For what deed must all matters not known how to be?
Oh my
For
God.
what deed must mercy's hand so woe upon thee? For what deed must the red one into the woods flee? Smoke rises high from wood afire. Hit the back, let the beasts respire, as in mist, thunders conspire.
Yo, I gotta fight a dragon, man. I ain't got time for you. Cutscene. How did that lead into this? Bruh. How hard is this dragon gonna be? What, I don't get to save it? What? Oh, you're supposed to hit the things on his back. That's a classic way of doing it, boss. terrible time to. Oh, come on. God's Yellow River. Oh, it starts you here. That's alright. Can work with that. That's new. Oh. Jesus. What kind of electric arch dragon is this, man? Fire, not electric. Can I get rid of this stupid electric crap? Come on, boys. Ah. Oh, come on, let me dodge, man. What the fuck? Come on, Goku. We gotta beat Shenlong right now. Oh, man. What is this worth changing about? I'm leaving my weapon. I need to change my weapon. Let me try my usual guy, and what's this? Wild Perfect does recover a small amount of stamina. Measure increases defense. Slight increases critical hit chance. Tenacity to sustain. Shock, we need that one. No! I don't want to use it, I just want to set it up. Why do they make the button so stupid, man? On hand. Once the tenacity effect of sets off is making them confirm. Oh, I don't want to waste that on him. Let's focus. Do you think we ever see a game sequel for Shenmue? It's not looking likely. I think it might even be worse than when we were waiting for Shenmue 3, and that was bad. That took years. And Shenmue 3 was just there. I do kind of want to play it again, though. Just it's been a long time. Dodge and attack. What is it? Where's my block? Okay. I'm not using my techniques, man. I need to get back into it. Bro, this is the one thing. I'm not at full power, man. Combos they just break out and hit you. Tell like that. Get infinite mana somehow. Switching my stances will that help? I don't think so. Greedy, but fuck me, did you break out that quick? Doing too much damage at once, maybe. I don't know. Electric gauge is that? It's got 2 hits. Oh, you bastard. How did I do that? No. I really gotta watch their movements, man. Man, I feel like to really have fun in this game, you gotta get to the point. There's people on YouTube that are doing this shit, doing it without getting hit once and shit. And it's probably not that hard to do, but I guess you gotta really know how to the systems of the game. Let's try it. Not try it, but like, just really try not to get hit. Why? Like I was ready to dodge. I thought, is it just because someone's happy? You can break out of attack. What the fuck? How's he doing that when I'm frozen in? Did he fall? That's a big attack, bro. fuck? Oh, why is it so taking damage. Damage is really stuck. hit like. Why don't you the simplest moves? I can't dodge it. Response time. Shit. Wukong. What's your response time? Because I'm pressing circle about 40 times and he just decides to stand there and get hit. I know he's in the middle of attack, but I just don't understand it. Like, he needs a combo, but you can't finish a combo because they're gonna smack you up. Bro, what the fuck, man? Shit. I don't use fucking rock thing. Crying in pain. Why did I die? Well, I ran into his elbow. What the fuck's going on? Was it the electric that killed me or something? I hate that these things don't tell you what they do, for fuck's sake. And even here they don't tell you what they do. We gotta use one of those evil repellent medicine apparently. Let's try it out. Get knocked out by rubber again, will ya? What the fuck? Why did he just kill me like that? He took all my health. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. I was doing well. I was about to kill him. What is wrong with stupid fucking dragon, man? full damage. God. What's the weird happen? Don't get a chance to get a combo on it. Why does he just have a big fart and take all your health? Why does he keep doing that out of nowhere? There's no warning, nothing. You can't. How are you gonna have a big move that takes all your health with no fucking warning or nothing? Like, how are you gonna have a big move that just even like the player characters rarely have something like that? The fuck? Sake. I hate this bad guy's machines are fucked. That fart is so annoying. Yo, why are you attacking me? What's going on? Hey, what are you doing? Let me get this. You fox on me again? Tail, man, what the fuck? That does damage. Hard to notice. Why am I picking out his balls and he's still electric? Yes! What the fuck? I was expecting that. Comboed him up. What do I get here? Something to help me against the yellow wing rat. What, Zelda? Give me about 8 sparks, man. What do you mean? Thunder tail. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? Failed in clouds and mist at rest. This long tail conjures light, thunder and lightning with every move. Its purpose lingers every mystery. Wait to unfold in times ahead. Epic. Long wind staff. This is stronger and has more critical hinge hit chance. How do I get it? You downgrade? Oh fuck. Let's get it up, fuck it. What else is out here? I guess not much. What is this place anyway? Actually struggles going uphill. So you can go down there, don't it? Right, where's the fast travel spot? Well, Big Head's dead, fam. Patch up. You nicked me. Oh my god, you're in a field there with me today, ain't you? How do I do that? Oh, do I have to focus on those combos? Damn, you got overkilled. What the fuck? Wait, I thought that was a thing. What the fuck? Fucking dude. That's the thing. Right. You know what? I might start from the entrance, because I think I missed some things. Oh no. I should go back to that guy. Maybe I'll teleport back to the entrance. That's a good idea. Let's see him. Oh my god, don't you think these people were there, man? She go down there. He's gone. Jade floor. It's just gone. Okay. We're going back. Classic Ready Player One way. Man, oh fuck. Fuck? It takes stamina to do that. Oh, it does. Shit. Okay, that's my troubles. Wait, can I still pick up the thing? But they're losing me too. Sorry. Don't think this is the way.
cunning foe! There! Take him down!
Time to die.
Now! You might expose him! Move! Now! Stop poking around here! If them two heads lay eyes on us, we're both done for. Our misfortune back home has led us to exile. We'd hoped to rebuild with the Rat Sage's guidance, but I saw that vanguard of his feasting upon... Our king has lost his way. Escape was the only choice. The two heads are the best fighters.
And now, they are hunters of their own kin.
We'll starve hiding here! Let's get out and get this over with! Why are you still here? Don't put me in danger. Be off! I'd never take part in slaying kin. Now that you have rid me of them, it's time for me to go. With a blinded king, we can never rise again. We must find the missing prince.
The third prince? But he's against rats, remember? And look at us now. He won't even recognize us. Not one bit.
The king honored rats. That's why the third prince left. Some claim to have seen him far away, somewhere in Buddha's realm in the west. We must find it then. But where? And how? The king honored rats. That's why the third prince left. Some claim to have seen him far away, somewhere in Buddha's realm in the west. And how? The king honored rats. That's why the third prince left. Some claim to have seen him far away, somewhere in Buddha's realm in the west. We must find it then. But where? And how?
Damn. Maybe we can go this other way. Licorice. You get across this or what? It's so dark in there.
Only I can defend our land.
Frick. Fucking many, let's go.
Unending boom!
Smack them out, boys. How do I get to the other side?
Proven true is my foresight. A grim one cometh.
Bro, what the fuck? So annoying. Jumping like that, man. Stop! Jumping! Maybe I can make that. Oh, this is it.
You rise again! Your meddling ends in death!
This isn't good. Those guys. How are we gonna do this with no magic, no health? Man, there was all these little cheap moves. Fuck the whole momentum up. Can you stop breathing out on that? Bastard, he actually dodged. Alright. I know there was another secret boss somewhere here. To run around a bit further. Stand that up. Nothing to do here. What is this? Wait, chill. Whoa! Oh. Why did they come down? So I already went through that? Oh shit. Maybe hard to kill them. I don't really want to use rest because just leave them and come back to me long. Where'd they go? That transformation doesn't use armor. Right, Wolf, you think you got this? Red Tides. Damn, man, come on. Oh, we're not doing the damage. What are you doing? You just take the damage. What the fuck? Oh my god. Fuck.
Now taste this.
Bastard.
King's gift.
The fuck? She stuck me in the air. Whoa! What the fuck? God damn, man. Cheap. Stamina. That's so weak. Oh, big guy. Should be able to fuck them up. Do I need to fuck them up? That blue guy's got something good. It's even the odds. This blue thing you got, man. Oh shit, no fucks. Damn, my boys took them all out. Couldn't even see it on camera. Maybe it is better to rest. Okay. Go around in circles, right? Wait, do I even get anything? I'm sure I would have meditated here. God. Guess that's it then. No. Wait. No, this comes up.
That will be your doom.
What?
Only I can.
Was there anything secret here? Was that the secret door? I don't think there was. I think I saw it already. Fuck? Oh, he ain't coming closer, is he? Oh my god. Shit, there's a little shit there. What's going on? Oh, for God's sake. Anything for beating up all the people here? Nope. Nope. Guess that would be everyone else, but... What is this place, man? Oh, man. I gotta search this whole place. Did I just knock him up there? That's mad. More agile and flexible. Oh, do I not have this? Oh, I have got this. Oh. Whoa! How are you gonna jump that far, man? Still didn't die. This guy's too much help. I don't get it. Oh, it leads you back to here. Can't go back up this way, can we? What's the other place that we go the other way? I think where you fight the rock thing. Where do you fight that rock thing? What does this mean? That's the next way to go, I guess. Is this where you fight? Well, there's only... Did you fight the rock thing? Oh yeah, I haven't done the Crouching Tiger thing. I might as well do that. Those who enter touch nothing. Only the diamond in the rough. Proper Aladdin. Diamond in the rough. Okay. Fuck. Celestial Jade Lotus Pill. Fuck, I'm trying to get my health back. What else is down there? Is that it? I mean, it's pretty cool. Massively increase your health. What's this? Those rats come out or what? Okay, maybe loads of rats come out. Let's see this.
You scoundrel! How dare you disrespect an immortal?
Might risking it. This fox.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh.
You've bested the Yaoguai. Mine eyes doth see the Tao from the confines of my abode. I can never repay you for saving my life. Oh, here, a token of my gratitude.
Tools. The furnace is a fire, the pills. Make medicines. Maximum health. Maximum mana. I think I'm gonna have to use that one for sure. Maximum stand, maximum.
Seek from within to ascend. Seek from without to craft pills. Come to me anytime if you need more pills.
Give me that shit. Maximum mana plus 30. Yeah.
Uncover the secrets of sky and earth, and thou shalt have pills.
I'm stronger to fight that stupid yellow wing rat thing.
All things can be my material, yet I choose the rarest few.
Let's get 7 of these. And 7 of these. This is useful, this place. Houses to get a wing sage. It's another way to it. Wait, what the fuck am I? Should I try fighting him and turn it off? That's a good idea. Is this guy not here no more? There's still one place I wanted to go to. What's that? I've trained. Now I'm back. And there is one more bit of training I have to do, so if this doesn't work out, I'll do that tomorrow. I should probably set this up. Oh, defense goes down. When I was using the gourd while sprinting, it could be useful. So make sure defense go down. Sounds good, all that means.
A skinny wretch like you has come far enough!
Whoa, I didn't do that. Did I just lose your status effects? cheap as hell. He's like a giant Master Splinter, man.
A skinny wretch like you has come far enough!
Come on, I dodged that shit. Sage. Little bitch. Change that thing. So he does the most damage. Oh, what? You beat him without him, fuck it.
How dare you come back? Why do you have to come back? A skinny wretch like you has come far enough! your jaw.
Try again one more time. Last one. This is the fully last one now. Let's see how we do. Fully last one. Then tomorrow I'm gonna use my little health items there. Oh boy. Wait, no, it's not. It is. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Right. Let's do this.
How dare you come back? Why do you have to come back?
This gets me right now. What the fuck? Why is he not moving? Press up so many times. That was the last one, but that was messed up, man. We didn't get to the next flipping phase. I know I wasn't using a lot of my spells then, but see, I know his moves. I should be. I feel like I definitely feel like I can kill him now. I'm not even desperate to kill him because I feel like I need to do a couple more things. Alright, so is this the final boss of this chapter? I feel like it.
A skinny wretch like you has come far enough.
Oh God, I got her again! Fuck's sake. Too much focus on dodge attack and group at the same time. Only so much Wukong can do.
Foul disciple has bested the monkey Open your eyes and behold!
This is gonna be the last one because I know what I'm doing wrong now. I need to really be decisive in what I'm gonna do next. If I'm gonna heal, focus on healing. Don't try and dodge. Press heal and then dodge. Because you know that's what you need to do.
How dare you come back? Why do you have to come back?
Ow, man. Legs in my way.